Thank you, everybody, for taking time out during the summer on one of the hottest days of the year. It's nice and cool in the office. Both offices are ice cold. The air conditioning is kicking it out. If you're feeling a little warm where you're at, come by the office and say hello and get cooled down, and everything will be wonderful. So again, happy Tuesday, first meeting of the month. So we got a lot to cover. So let's just get right to it. And my big thing, as you all know, I like to talk about gratitude, and I like to give gratitude. So currently, I would just like to acknowledge all of your leaders here at the Market Center and all the time and effort that they've been putting in to make some pretty significant changes and adding on and enhancing things and everything else. So I'd like to give a shout out to the ALC for all the things that they're doing, and also to the tech committee. And if anybody hasn't noticed yet or doesn't know about it, you need to go to YouTube and you need to click on the Plymouth Park Cam. Put that into your search. Go to YouTube and put in Plymouth Park Cam and watch that one. And then share it with all your friends on social media to have them go in and look. You will see Park in Plymouth, and we think that is pretty darn cool. We also know that we're going to turn that into a lead generation system for us, so keep that in mind. So we need you to share that link. We need to get people on it. Yep, got to give a thumbs up. Give the thumbs up. Thank you, Severin. And subscribe to the channel and send it on out and tell everybody else to do the same thing, because the more people we have on there, the more people are going to notice us, Keller Williams Professionals, and we're going to get some business from it. So this is a great idea that came out of the ALC and the tech committee, and it's been implemented. So I'm grateful for that. So look for gratitude everywhere. It is everywhere. Look for somebody who's doing something nice for you today and thank them. I always feel good after I thank somebody for doing something nice for me. Who knows? One of these days it might even be my wife, huh? It's a good thing she's not on these meetings. I pick on her all the time. So I'm going to be in big trouble. All right. Big happy birthday out there. Here's all of our July birthdays, and they're all important. You're all important to us. And we hope that on your special day, you'll take some time to do something for yourself, and then to do something for somebody else also on your day. Give to someone else on your special day. So think about it that way. But happy birthday to all the July birthdays out there. See if you see any of your friends, write down their date, send them a little note, make them feel the love. We want you to all feel the love because we love being in business with all of you. Here's our anniversaries for the month, our Kellerversaries, not anniversaries, but our Kellerversaries. And look at that. I mean, let's just acknowledge, right? The top and the bottom. Jensen, say you at 22 years, and Tina Reamer at 15, Tom at 15. And then over there, brand new, Jim Colley, Shandon Spicer, 2 years, Rose at 3, James at 3, and everybody else in between. We are so proud to be in business with all of you every day here at the KWP family. So great. Let's look at the cappers, people who earned their cap during the month of June. And I don't know who that top guy is. Nobody knows him. I don't know where that slide came from, but we'll have it removed for the next meeting. Don't worry about that. So, but no, congratulations to Jeff. Rose, we all know Rose, and the Viditos. So what a great way to be halfway through the year and capped. That means that you're going to get some 100% checks coming up in your future. So we all look for that. A huge milestone for Chris out at the Brighton office, his first listing. So we're very excited about that. It always feels good to get that first one, and we hope that it turns into a sale very quickly for Chris. If you see him around, he's mostly at the Brighton office, but you'll see him in Plymouth also. Congratulate him. Wonderful accomplishment. It's always a great feeling. We all remember our first listing we ever took when you come into the business. So way to go, Chris. First closings. So you got to get them, get that listing, Then you get them to the closing table. And this is what's really cool because you get that first check. And the check is what makes you keep coming back in this business. So you start feeling a little bit like, oh my God, this is so much work. And then you get that commission check and you're like, let's get another one. So, and that's what keeps us coming back. So congratulations to everybody for your first closing. And we wish you many, many, many more with us here at KWP. All right, let's look at our top teams. And we always acknowledge everybody over 500,000. That's a great activity, especially if you're doing it every single month. Obviously, you're going to have a great year. But Jeff and his team, that's an incredible number at 18 million. Look at this, the Moore team. We'll give them a shout out there. So there you go. And Boyd with his My Reload team, the Tanana group. These are all wonderful numbers. Matt Kalaki, the Bull group, the Jishi team, and again, the Viditos. Awesome, awesome numbers, everybody. And keep up your good work. And we're here to support you, right? Something's going on. You need some help with something. Please, please, please reach out to your leadership team here at the office. We want to have you with the continued success. So way to go. Top individuals over 500. So another great milestone here with Priyanka. Look at that, kicking butt at 2.3 million. All right, she's out there hustling. And Caitlin and Marinol and Rose and Sammy, Karina and Heather, all great, outstanding months. The month of June. It's been a slow start this year. I think we've all felt the same thing. And now we got some momentum going. So we hope to see everybody back here on this slide next month when we do the July and everything. So continued success to our top individuals. We appreciate you. So got some great news, and we want to take a moment to introduce Austin. You want to come on up? And we have a new vendor here in the office, and they are going to be in the bullpen area, and they'll take an office right outside of the bullpen. I want to just give a shout out to One Source Insurance. Austin here you're going to see him in the office a lot. We want you to harass him. He wants to be used and abused, right? Because that's what we do with our vendors. And we want to make him feel like he's part of the family also. So when you see this young man walking around the office, make sure you introduce yourself, shake his hand, get his business card and everything else. But I'm going to give Austin some time to talk a little bit about One Source Insurance and what they do.
Hello, everyone. My name is Austin. I work with One Source Insurance Agency. I'm excited to introduce myself as your new preferred in-house insurance agent. I'll be working right here in the office. I'm available to answer questions, provide quotes, and help you and your clients through the insurance process. We are a full-service, multi-policy insurance agency offering coverage for home, auto, renters, boats, RVs, life insurance, and health insurance, along with all of your personal insurance needs. We also specialize in insurance solutions for small to mid-sized businesses, providing customized commercial coverage to help protect what matters most. We proudly serve clients through Michigan and Florida, allowing us to meet the insurance needs of individuals, families, businesses across multiple markets. This is our second location in Michigan, joining our 3 Florida locations, located in Fort Myers, Naples, and Port Charlotte. Our experienced team is committed to delivering personalized service, competitive coverage options, and trusted guidance to help you find the right protection for every stage of life. My goal is to be a dependable resource for both you and your clients by providing responsive service and making the insurance side of every transaction as smooth as possible. I look forward to getting to know each of you, earning your trust, along with working together. Please feel free to stop by my office anytime to say hello or ask a question. Thank you, and I'm excited to be a part of the team.
Let me tell you, a lot of effort went into vetting an insurance company. We definitely needed an independent compared to somebody that was already carrying a name brand, and also somebody that also is doing insurance in Florida, as many of our clients also have places down in Florida. And so this is going to be one-stop shopping for them. And so a lot of time and effort went into vetting One Source and the whole team there. And we're very proud to be in business with them and know that they're going to be a great addition to the team. All right, another guy we're happy to be in business with. You know him, we love him. All right, so let's see what he's got for us. He's got a great presentation. Mike's got our mortgage minute.
How's it going? I'm Mike Patella from Nebo Lending. Obviously, we're going to talk about mortgages today because that's the most fun thing in the world. I wanted that's way too many words, but my fun mortgage fact for today is that a borrower saves an average of $10,662 over the life of a loan when using a mortgage broker instead of retail lenders. And it's because we work for the borrower. If you go to Ford, they're going to sell you Ford. You go to Chevy, they're going to sell you Chevy. But the way we do it, I don't know if it's my next slide, but I am signed up with over 65 lenders. And not just to have 65 quotes for one scenario, but to have the products, resources for your clients and to save them money. We've added some new products in the midst of all that too. So we have 4 new bridge products because why not? And some of them are for down payment assistance, using the equity in your home. Some of it's just to get the home out of your debt to income ratio. So there's a few different ways we can go about that. I still recommend recasting if that's the best choice, but that's not available to everyone. So we obviously analyze that with every single client and go from there. We have 2 new HELOCs, because why not? People like utilizing equity in their home. Every situation's different. And I know I've talked about it in the past, we have these automated HELOCs now. They can close in like a day. And it's really cool, no appraisals. You don't have to go through the full underwriting process, but we do have, it's one of those things where they don't have underwriters. So if it doesn't fit the box, it is a nightmare. I was on hold for an hour and a half the other day. I don't have time for that. But we do have other options where, if you do need a full underwrite, it's very well priced, very easy. So closes in maybe a couple weeks instead of a couple minutes. New investor products, new medical loan or medical professional loans as well. Normally those are just 0% down, no PMI. Really cool for doctors and whatnot. Sometimes conventional does end up being better, but every situation is different. Go team. What was that? Is that for nurses too? It's a special designation for nurses. I cannot remember it's the whole list of like 8 different designations. So a nurse is part of that. I can't remember if it's RN or another acronym that I'm going to forget or have forgotten, I should say. But yeah, we take a look at all that. And then we have new investor products. One of them is not available quite yet that I'm very, very, very excited for, but we're getting investor lines. So we have a first lien DSCR HELOC right now. We are working with a couple of lenders that are focused on investors, commercial stuff, and they are offering investor lines on like multiple properties. So kind of like a portfolio type scenario. And the one that I'm very excited about, and it's not available yet, and it makes me sad, is a DSCR HELOC that's in the second lien position. Because right now, DSCR is available in the second lien position, but it's a home equity loan. Most of these investors like to draw on a property, put it into, buying the house in cash or fixing it up, selling it, renting it out, refinancing out of it, instead of going through like 100 different mortgage processes, which only I'm the one that wants to do that because I think they're fun. Not everyone shares that perspective, and that's fine. It's just one every like 3 years. So that's new. More's coming there. Don't know how many of you do farms, but we now have farm loans and hobby farm loans.
What's the difference between a farm and a hobby farm?
That's an excellent question. I'm still reading the guidelines, but they have a lot in their slides regarding that difference. This list is obnoxious and you can't read it for a reason, is because we do offer all these things. We have DPAs, grants, we have conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, chattel, land, commercial, DSCR, portfolio, home equity loans, home equity lines of credit. I'm talking way too fast. 40-year DSCR, portfolio, jumbo, streamlines, no income, bank statement, 1099, P&L, renovation loans, 40-year term interest-only loans, bridge loans, hard money loans, fix and flip loans, construction loans, unique properties. We technically have no credit minimums and more. That is just the ones I found in my 20-minute research yesterday. So my goal as the owner of Nebo Lending is to not say no. I don't want to run into a situation where we can help out a client. You're dealing with something that's unfamiliar. You know, there's a client that I lost a couple weeks ago, and I got word yesterday that they are well beyond their contract date, and they're not communicating, they're not doing what they're needing to do and stuff like that. So, you know, the realtor was very upset that they went with whoever they went with. I don't want that. Anytime I can minimize that, you know, I'm going to, because whether I'm doing the loan or not, I want it to close. That client had a unique situation. They didn't believe me. We had the product for it. They'd be done. So yeah, that is, I don't like saying no. You need consistency in your business, and we want to be part of that. So go team there. If you have questions on any product or unique scenarios, let me know. I love talking about this stuff after I look at the guidelines, Brent. And, you know, it's fun. Also want to bring up, we are licensed in more than just Michigan. We are licensed in Florida, Texas, Louisiana, Colorado, and Indiana now. We should be licensed in Tennessee and North Carolina too. Probably in the next month or so. I think North Carolina might be next week. But we can also work in some of these states for the business purpose loans without needing to be licensed. I think there's 9 that prevent us from doing that. But we're not licensed in Ohio. I've worked with investors in Ohio, Georgia, and a couple other states I'm going to forget offhand. So nice little update there. And then we still have these tools that we have for you. I am in the midst of adding a lot more. In fact, I think beginning of August, we're going to have some new things to implement for you guys that are going to be a blast. In the meantime, I might have left them over there. Do I have those one sheets over there?
Yes.
So one thing that I honestly forgot that we offered, and then Darian had a question for me the other day. We have these like property community reports. They're kind of, I don't know if you guys can see that. This can be city specific. This can be address specific. Right now it's got my face on there. Sometimes you might want that, sometimes you might not. These can be co-branded as well. With the tool that we're using as a real estate agent, they claim to be RESPA compliant. It's like a $20 a year fee if you want to have this co-branded. But if you just want to say like, hey, can I get what do they call it? Snapshot of this address. Send it to me. I'll get to you typically pretty quick. So within a couple hours. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Got some cool features for those in the office. I'm going to just leave it out there. So feel free to take a look. Let me know if you have questions. I talked a lot more than I thought I would. So I do apologize for that. But here's my contact information. You know, I'm around. In the Plymouth office, Nate should be here every day. If he's not, let me know. I'll find him. Otherwise, don't hesitate to call me.
All right. Thank you, Mike. You know, I just want to point out one thing, which I think is really, really important and where Mike can really help you out. If you're working with a buyer that needs to sell their house in order to buy another one, they want to upgrade or downgrade or whatever it may be, and they have all this equity in their house, you need to get with Mike. And you need to figure out a way to turn that buyer into a cash buyer and get rid of any type of a contingency that may be out there if you're going to have an opportunity. Those 4 bridge loan products that he has are a great way. And I know plus Mike has other ideas also, but keep that in mind. Get your buyers talking to Mike about possibilities. And so that you can go to the top of the pack when there's multiple offers and get your deal accepted. So thanks, Mike. We appreciate everything you do for us. So I got my little P&P section here right now with productivity and professionalism. A couple of things I want to talk about. Hey, if you're in real estate, and I've talked to a lot of productive people all across the United States, with one of the great things with being involved with this great company called Keller Williams, I get to meet a lot of top producers. And one of the common themes that keeps coming up when I talk with these top producers is that almost all of them have a farm. And a lot of us, I think, don't realize what happened after COVID. Prior to COVID, our direct mail response was just under 2%. Under 2%. Since COVID hit and everybody's working at home and everything else, direct mail is now between 5 and 6%. So it's almost tripled what the response rate is. And a lot of us got away from doing farming because it can be a little expensive, can be pricey, but also because, you know, during COVID, we were shut down and we kind of did away with some of our advertising. And really, when the market gets tight, you have to do more advertising. You don't do less. You cut back on your other expenses. I don't go out to dinner 5 times, you know, maybe I only go out 3 times a week instead of 5. And I apply that money that I would have spent on going out to dinner to maybe some sort of a farm. But there's 3 types of farms I want to talk about. One is just geographic. This is the most common one. If you're not farming your own community, meaning your subdivision, your condo complex, your couple of city blocks all around you, you're not a real estate agent, right? You got to get out there. You got to let everybody know that you're in the business. So make sure that you have a geographic farm if that's the way you want to go. Now, the other farm would be a demographic farm, like, which is what I do. Everybody knows I love working with the old people, right? Average age of my client is going to be 84 years old. Those are the people that I search out around where I live and my zip code and everything else. And I get a list of the old people that own their own home. And I do a demographic farm. So I specifically focus on the older homeowner. And so that's a demographic, which is different than geographic, which is just doing around a certain location. Okay. So what are other demographics? Well, it could be empty nesters, kind of, you know, it could be older people like I'm doing, seniors. It could be the upgraders, those people with expanding families and so forth. There's a lot of different demographics that you can go after. Okay, first-time home buyers, kind of the same thing. You could be doing a farm on apartment buildings. You know, think about that. You can get these lists of these people and then do a demographic farm. Now, the third farm is kind of fun. This is a fun one. This is what we call the psychographic farm. And a psychographic farm means, what is your interest? Okay, my interest is bourbon. And drinking bourbon. So I can get a list. Maybe you're into wine. Maybe you're into cross stitching. Maybe you're into golf. Maybe you're into painting. Believe it or not, there is a publication for everything now. If you're into hunting and fishing, there's all kinds of magazines for that, right? If you're into wine, there's the Wine Spectator. If you're into bourbon, there's the Liquor Spectator. And there's all these different magazines that are out there. You can get a list of people who share your interest, your same interest in your zip code, in your city, in your county, whatever it may be, and you can farm particularly to them. What do you have in common? You have that common bond of whatever it is, what your hobby may be or whatever. This is a fun one to do because people are like, oh my gosh, you send them something about what they're interested in, but plus you're also in real estate. And so it's just a general reminder out there that, hey, real estate agents can have fun too. We can have hobbies. We can do other things. And it makes a common bond with that individual right away. It's a great way of earning trust. So if farming is not part of your repertoire right now, as far as lead generation, I think you need to take another look at this. I do farming monthly. I send out on average probably 500 to 600 pieces. And guess what? This is over time. You don't send 500 things and get 10 listings, right? You're doing this over time. The only month that I typically don't send anything out is in December, but then start right back up again in January. Why? December, the holidays, everybody's busy. I kind of feel that's the one month I can skip. So, but think about this. Get a farm, get it going, do it monthly, geographic, demographic, psychographic. If you need help with this, please reach out. As someone who's been doing farming for 34 years in real estate, I can tell you that this works, and it works well. You build a relationship through direct mail, and this will definitely give you fruit. Mike. Snail mail. Everything, right now, everything I'm doing right now is postcards. That way they don't have to open everything. Everybody reads it. Postcard reading, you know, you make it simple, easy to read. So I always tease everybody, it doesn't need to have lightning bolts and graphics and spheres coming off the page. Sometimes it just needs to be simple. Make it so somebody can read it and the message resonates with them. So we can help you with all that. Come to me and I will help you with going and obtaining those lists and where you get them from. So there's a number of different companies that we use that can get you a list. Obviously, you know, there's a cost in getting a list, but it's not that expensive. You're going to be surprised on how inexpensive it is. And then to start doing something in this process, you also feel good and you will get responses from people. So, and then of course, every piece that you should have, you know, in there should have a call to action. We'll help you design it and everything else. Also through Scott LeRoy Marketing, we can also help you with all these postcards and stuff like that. So think farming, think production, think this is a great way to start a pen pal, right? This is really what you're doing. You're creating pen pals out there in your community. Remember, all real estate is local. So now on the professionalism side, I want to talk to you a little bit about agent safety. And there is an awesome, awesome product out there called Forewarn. And you can go to forewarn.com, and it's F-O-R-E, warn.com, and you can look at this. Now, everybody knows I'm a little partial to a GMAR membership, the Greater Metropolitan Association of Realtors. I'm not going to lie, okay? But one of the reasons is if you had to go out and buy this for yourself, which it's worth every single dollar because it could save your life, right? And so for $300 a month, you can get, I mean, $300 a year, you can get a subscription. But if you're a GMAR person, so something to think about is you renew, and renewals will be coming up, and you switch over, you get this for free. Now, what does this program does? Well, if somebody calls you, you have the ability to key in their phone number that they called you on and get their information. You have the ability to put in a name. If they just gave you a name, you have the ability to put the name in, and you will get their information. What information is out there? Where they live, right? Past addresses, the car they drive. So that would be interesting, right? Somebody says, oh, I'm going to be driving a red Corvette. And then you look at their thing, they don't see a red Corvette anywhere. Like, okay, I would be a little worried about that. And so you put in their name, they put in the, and then also it tells you if they've had any criminal activity. The other day I had a phone call and I knew it wasn't legit. I put it into Forewarn and the person had an extensive criminal background on all kinds of scams. It was in there. Did not make any more phone calls or contacts with that individual. We all are targets. We're in real estate, right? They all think we're all driving around in our Rolls Royces and we got stacks of cash and we know how hard it is to make this money, right? So, but again, it will tell you of any household risk. So if somebody's calling from their kid's cell phone, it will also tell you about household risk. So the person that's phone doesn't have a record, but somebody in the household does. So that's how deep it goes. It's kind of scary. I put my information in there and it told me about, my speeding tickets. And so, that's okay. I had to get somewhere fast, but anyways, but it will tell you if it was criminal, if it was civil, if it was a speeding ticket. Like, it's very, very interesting. So, but this is something that could save your life. And we're also eager to be in the customer service industry that we forget about the people that we're trying to help might be trying to scam us. And this is a product that makes sure that we all go home at night, because I can guarantee you there's somebody that wants you to show up tonight at the dinner table. Your family, your significant other, your spouse wants you to be there. And this is a great, great tool. This is worth every dollar. So I bring it up. I know a couple people in the office have been talking about it. I thought this is a great time to put it into professionalism. Check the people you're working with. Now listen, people make mistakes. I had a lady in my pre-license class one time, she wanted to know if she could get a license. And I said, well, what's the problem? She said, well, I have a criminal past. And I said, I don't mean to dive into your business. I said, but it wasn't like, white collar crime or anything like that. She said, oh, no, Brent, I was convicted of attempted murder. And I was like, this is a true story. You can't make this stuff up. I'm like, oh, don't worry. State of Michigan will give you a license. Just pass the test. So she's like, oh, great. She did. So I don't know where she went, but I didn't make her angry. So, there's people out there made mistakes. They put their life back together. This is a great app for just assessing risk on the individual that's calling you that you don't know. So, and at the end of the day, we want all of you to be protected. We care for all of you. I bring this up. This is probably the best tool in the industry that's available to agents at this particular time. And again, it's free with the GMR membership. No more DocuSign. We will be going over to Lone Wolf, which is integrated into Command. So make sure you're taking these classes. They're live. If you can't get them live, they're also recorded so that you can be prepared for the change that's happening today. All right. And this is going to be a great change over to Lone Wolf with our transactions. Super, super integrated. I know we're updating all of our forms and doing all of that. So this is going to be the platform that we should all be using. And I'm even changing the way I used to do business because, yes, you can teach an old dog new tricks. And I will be going over to Lone Wolf also. So there, again, your tech partner is Scott LeRoy Marketing. Wonderful, wonderful people to work with. I mean, just super, super. And we put them through some pretty good stuff the last couple of weeks, and they still like us, or they say they like us. So hopefully you've all seen the daily that's coming out. They're helping us with the daily marketing emails, how they look, everything else, changing it up. You're getting the leads every single day. So we want you to be aware that, they're going to be around. They're our partner. So again, some of the stuff that they do, if you want an email signature, they'll make those up for you, making sure everything is working correctly. You just need to make sure you're using your password and logging in at scottleroymarketing.com and 431. That's our Market Center number, and they will do anything for you. There's also chat. There's also, you can send a support. If there's something you're not sure of, I think there's also an 800 number you can call. So use them because we're paying big bucks to partner with them on your behalf because we feel that this company has got it together. They are Keller Williams approved vendor and they know Command inside and out, which is why they do all of the training on that. Again, wonderful free marketing for you. So if there's something you want, there are thousands of templates out there, literally. And I always laugh, and I'll laugh right at you when you come to me and you say, I just can't find something I like. Well, you're too picky. And I'm going to tell you you're too picky because your clients don't care. They just want to see something out there. And everything they have, I think, is super, super professional and looks good. And you should be able to find something there that would delight your client also. So, all right, some of the stuff that's coming up in July, all right, that we got going. New Agent Huddle. This is every Wednesday morning, 9 to 10. And unfortunately, last week, we had some people, we said, you cannot join from a moving vehicle, all right? And sure enough, a couple people did. We understand that you're trying to maximize your time, but this is a safety thing. And it's also a risk thing. And we can't have you looking at your phone, trying to listen while you're driving. It's for your own benefit. And so please, no driving in cars, and your cameras have to be on. So in order to participate in this, we want to see your wonderful faces, and it's what it's for. It's for new agents, newer agents. I call it rusty agents that are getting back into the business or getting back up to speed. The rules are here is that there are no rules. I'm going to bring a little tech thing, a piece every single week, or productivity or whatever else. I'm going to talk about a few things, and then it's agent round robin. And then there's no questions that are off the books. Like anything you ask, we're going to answer. Come have some fun. It's fun to be new. It's fun to be newer. It's fun to be getting back into this. And it's fun to have questions and know that there's other people that are experiencing the same things that you are. So join us every Wednesday, New Agent Huddle. And if you look on your email that comes out in the morning, you'll have the link. It'll be the same link every single week. So it'll be on the slide in the morning when that comes out. Usually we see that somewhere around 9:15 if you're looking for it. So there you go. Career night. It's going to be tomorrow night. So who do you know? Who do you know? Be looking on the slide tomorrow. So when you get your email, and anybody you know who might have an interest in real estate, we're going to be doing a career night. We're going to talk about what it takes to be in real estate, just kind of talking about the industry a little bit. We'll talk about being a full-time agent, a dual career agent, and then also how they can get a free class to get their pre-licensing. And we're going to take them through all that, and we're going to have Q&A. So this will be monthly. Yeah, we're going to be doing it once a month, career night. So if you can't make it tomorrow night, know that there's another one coming up every single month going forward. We may play with the time and the date. We'll see what happens. But we think Wednesday's a good day, middle of the week. Most people aren't. So, and it's at 6:30. And again, the same rules will apply. We don't want anybody driving in a car. So this, if you could kind of pass that on, again, just for their safety because we care. So, but career night every Wednesday. Anybody you know that's already taken a class but hasn't passed the test, we're going to have pre-licensing test prep. That's going to be this Thursday at 11. And so you can pass that on to any of your friends maybe that are struggling to pass the test or haven't taken it yet. And again, this is an open round robin where we talk about how the state tests, what are the big pitfalls, and how to pass this test. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to open it up for questions. Now, we love Mike. You'll love being in his forms class Mondays, July 20th coming up, 11 a.m. here in the Plymouth office. And everybody should take a forms class at least a couple times a year. Things change, and you want to keep your skills. Listen, what does your client want from you? They want the confidence that you understand this process better than any other agent that they're talking to. And when you know your forms inside and out and you can talk to them, they feel confident in your abilities. So understand this is a huge, huge piece of you winning listings and buyer presentations is knowing your forms inside and out. And there's no better teacher than Mike with his experience, and he also makes it fun. So hope to see everybody in the forms class on Monday. ALC is going to be next Tuesday, so a week from today. The ALC meeting at 11 o'clock, and you can see already the changes that have taken place around the market center. Getting the other room set up, the media room, I know is on its way. The park cam, all these great things that we've got going on right now to get us noticed out there and to get all of you noticed and to help you develop your careers and get into doing more video and such. And the ALC with the meetings coming up, and then also with the event next week at Schoolcraft with Cody Gibson on wealth building. All of these things are brought in through not only your local ALC, but also your company ALC, meaning Keller Williams. Okay, the dual career night. This is going to be for dual career agents. So if you know somebody, here's the deal. I don't care if they're with Keller Williams or not. You have friends that are out there, if they're dual career and they're working with another company and they'd like to know how to maximize themselves, we invite you to have them come and join our meeting. So this will be next Wednesday at 6:30. Watch for the links and everything else. This will be in the daily slide decks that'll start coming out, and you can share that link with any of your friends. If you're going to share it with a non-KW person, could you just let me know ahead of time that you've invited somebody, and that way then we can welcome them and then give them a shout out when we do it. But you have friends out there, there is a special way to do business when you're dual career. And we're going to share that formula and that secret and how to make people more successful being a dual career agent. Because this is tough. Can't have another job and a family and then trying to do real estate on the side and everything else. There's a specific formula to make you. And the reason I know this is I was a dual career agent for 18 months. As I made my transition 34 years ago out of one industry into another. It was the worst 18 months of my life, but I survived, and so can you, and I made money, and so can you. This is a great night. So share it with people that you know. Next Thursday, just to let you know, your leadership team will be in Ohio for our quarterly regional meetings. So if you're looking for a day to come in and go crazy, next Thursday would be the day. And Chrissy will be on vacation, but we have a replacement. So we are covered. So if something comes up, there's nothing to worry about there. All right, next sales meeting will be 2 weeks from today. Put that on there. And I just want to point out, Austin has cracked his piggy bank, and he found some extra cash and One Source Insurance, and Austin is going to be buying us lunch after the next sales meeting here in Plymouth. And this will be a great opportunity to meet. And I'm sure Deborah's going to be here, I think, also. So it'll be a great time to meet everybody over at OneSource and also to get some grub. All right, you guys, went just a few minutes over, and I'm sorry we started just a few minutes late. I got a little distracted. Doesn't happen that often. So, but we wanted to keep this to 45 minutes, and we're right at 45 minutes. So we hope to see you around the Market Center. Stay cool, stay hydrated, be safe, get forewarned, and we'll see if you need anything. Know that your leadership team is here for you. All right, peace out, everybody. Let's go make some money.